going to do, so you can see that you can create one user interface. So in that particular user interface, so this one text view is there. So if you click on JSON, so it's going to show that particular data from that JSON file. And if you click on this particular XML, it will show you that XML file. So these are that two files which you are going to keep it into this assets. So what you have to do, that you have to create this particular assets folder. So this one is that JSON file. So I hope you studied JSON. No. So this is that structure of JSON. Did you study?
No, sir.
Okay. So now the JSON file, how it's going to looks like, for example, that you can see that the name, so when it's going to be used. So right now, you know that there are n number of files will be there. Okay. So there are different extension of that particular files will be there. So why the JSON file is going to be used? For example, right now, if you have to go for any kind of API documentation or to access any kind of information, so there should be some kind of standard way that how you can get those particular information. So those data, how you can store into a particular file. So this is the JSON file. So it's for example that city. So there may be temperature, humidity. So as we know that let us consider for last 10 years data, we should keep it into some file. So instead of keeping it into that simple data file, so if you are creating some JSON file where those data it can be stored, and we can access those particular information along with those attributes, as it will be in more structured way storing the information. So this looks like one simple JSON file. This is starting with this particular bracket, and in between you are going to write this particular curly bracket, and where we are going to write down the information about any kind of data. For example, that name. Next one is that latitude, for example, longitude. Next one is the temperature. Next is that, for example, humidity. So these are the some of the information you will put it into this particular name, latitude, longitude, and temperature and humidity in these attributes. So same way, two attributes has been created. So this is for one name, this one is for another name. So like for example, for Bangalore, what is that latitude, longitude, the temperature, humidity? For example, Mysore, what will be that latitude, longitude, the temperature and humidity? So you are creating two files. One is that JSON file and another one is that XML file. As you know that XML file how to create. So this is that XML file has been created 1.0. So in between that record and two places has been kept, and those the data attributes will be same. Just now whatever the attributes you have written for that JSON file, like that name, latitude, longitude, and temperature and humidity. So you are writing those information. So first create these two files. So what you have to do, that you have to go to your folder and you have to create this particular folder name as assets. First create this folder.
We have to create it in Java, sir.
No, you will go to, for example, image assets. Resource bundle file structure. Where is that asset folder? UI component aware widget Google others. So you will create in this XML resource folder. No, will not create it here. Where is the where is that import resource scratch file? Color layout drawable menu XML transition. Mhm. Let me write new file city.xml. So in this resource folder, for example, right now first you have to go to this resource folder and you just create this file. Here just right click new and add resource directory and write down this as, for example, first one was that city.xml, and for example right now I'll write city1.xml. So create this folder and after that you just write. So create this folder, any kind of folder you create. So in this one assets folder first create. Or you can create it into project. this folder. That folder option is not coming directory and red resource directory folder yes folder change location. Now it has generated assets. No. Here, let's see. So what you do, you just go to this folder and generate this one. I'll delete it. So first go to this project view. So in this one, right click on this app and click on that new and find out that folder option. So from this one, you create this asset folder. So click on this asset folder and after that select that main only and click on that finish. And after that inside this, so next you go to that Android and inside this just create that new file city.xml. So create that new file and after that another file you create that cp.json. So like this two file create and store this information. So first one is that for XML. First one write those XML code that version equal to 1.0.
Sir, can you send this code in the chat box?
Which one?
This
Hello?
file, sir.
It's not visible?
It's visible, sir.
Then what you want? I didn't get you.
This particular code, can you send it in the chat box, sir?
So this is for so change this name and all those things. So some different name keep and some name you keep and some JSON file on city. So any kind of name you can write it. So just change that data here. It's not giving correctly. Next, I'll send you that XML file. This is the JSON data. So first copy this two file and create this two file. One is that city.xml and another one is that city.json. Done this much? Created this folder.
Yes, sir.
Now create this layout. Where is that layout? Yes. So create this layout. One text view and two button. So create this XML page. So Vivek done it. Done this much?
Yes, sir.
So once you did, so after that you can go to that main activity. So first I will tell you that what's going on in this main activity. So in the meantime, you can see. So now in this one, the first you can see that same way creating that button. So there are two button has been created. One is for parsing that XML, another one is for JSON file. So same thing on click will use that set on click listener, new view dot on click listener you are going to use. So now in this on click you have to implement that how you will get those file. So before that how you are getting, so first that if you are going to click some id, so you are defining that id same way you have to define what should be that id of that first button, that parts button, and another for json, another one is for xml. So these two button values you are keeping into these two variables. So same way display that where you are going to use the display text view, so these things you are going to keep it into this particular display text view. And after that dot set on click listener you are creating this set on click listener you are implementing. So in this one on click functions you are defining. So first one is that input stream. So input stream object you are creating that is input stream object equal to get access dot open that particular file name. So by using this one it will get that particular file name. So that one is the dot xml file. And after that it's using the document builder factory class, so by which it will get that new instance. So now for this you are defining this document builder factory class, this object you are defining, and you will get that particular instance. So same way another instance you have to get, so that is the document builder. Now in this one you are getting the document builder factory dot new document builder. So you are importing this particular object into in this one using this new document builder constructor. So of this particular constructor you will get it into this document builder. So here you can see that it's an abstract class. So in this one it has defined, so this is the document builder constructor, it has been defined. So in this constructor that what are the different things is there. So you can see that reset this document builder is to original document builder is reset to same state. So it's going to be used to access those information. So whatever that particular informations you have to get from that .json file, so you will get that one. So this is that constructor. So here in this program also you can see in main activity, so they define this particular document builder. So this particular object creating and we'll get that new document builder. So this function you can see how it's working. So this is that new document builder. So it throws this exception or how we have to get that information. So we'll see in this one how it's using. So this document builder, in this object you are keeping whatever that new instance you have created by using this document builder factory class. So same thing right now what you will do that you will parse into that particular document by using this parse function of this document builder. So you can see this one is that parse function. So now in this parse function you will send that input stream. So as you have seen that we took that input stream is we created and it's going to open that particular file. Now here once you will get parse it, so after that again using that string builder class, that new string builder object you are creating, and after that you are appending that particular XML data. So whatever that XML data, so it's going to write that before that information, whatever that information is there. So as you have seen this in this one, so first you can see that JSON data, it's appending. If you have to go for that XML, so it's appending that XML data, and after that you can see that string builder. dot append. So as you know that string, it's what? String is immutable, but by using this string builder class, we can make it mutable. So string builder or string buffer class, we can use that particular string as mutable. So now by using this string builder class, you are adding this XML data or whatever the new string has to be added. So string builder dot append XML data, string builder dot append this particular dot line you are going to add. Now in this one you can see that get element tag by name. So in this one we defined XML data. If you will find out, open this XML. So in this one you can see that inside this record we have that place, and inside this place we have those attributes. So now in this also same way how it's going to get those information. So first node list, in this node list you have that get element by tag name. So the name of the tag whatever you will define in this XML file, so same name you will write. Next one is that you are defining for loop. So by using this for loop you will get that get length, that node list get length. So how long times it has to take those information from this particular file. So you can see that 1 2 3 4 5. So the value of that I is going to be that node list dot get length. So you will get that particular value. So that many times this for loop is going to execute. Now in this node you are keeping the node list item 1. So if node dot get node type equal to node dot element node, at that time you are printing this particular element by using this element equal to and typecasting into that element, that node, it is type is node, so you have to typecast into that element. So right now this type is also element, and at last just you will append by using this string builder dot append whatever that name will be, that tag is name. Next one is that latitude, whatever that tag name is let. Longitude, the tag name whatever the tag name has been given. Next one is the temperature. So same way you will write it, and at the end you are appending this particular dot symbol. So this is that first information you are going to write. So you are going to write. So now you can see that XML data. So this name, so whatever that name will be there, so you will get it by using this get value function. So and tag name and whatever that element will be there, so that element it's going to be add. So this is that element of this, you are creating this object. So now you can see this is then interface, it has been defined element. So which is extending which one node, so which is extending this particular node class. So this node, it's an interface. So in this node you have seen that there are many element node, attribute node, text node, now see data section node. So there are different types of node is there. So in this one it has been used, this particular element node has been used. So in our case we use this particular element node. Is that clear? So this is that node interface. So this class, this interface is there already. So we are using this particular element node which value is equal to 1. Now here you can see that how it's going to be stored, that node dot get node type equal to node dot element node. So there are different types of element is there. For example, right now let me write that one as an attribute node. So if you'll write it, so you can say that attribute node or any kind of node you can use. So in this one it has been JSON attribute node, it's not coming. See that attribute nodes, it's only for that whatever that attributes will be there. So now this one was that attribute node. So attribute node, it's going to be used for attribute, and this node is going to be used for element. So if you have to use this element attribute node, you have to create the type of that node also as attribute node, because here it has been written as element. So in this one they use this element node. So of this element node, creating this object and typecasting that node it into element, and after that how it's retrieving those information by using this string builder dot append, and this one will give you this particular name keeping it into double code. And next, how to access those values. So inside this append you are writing get value and tag name and element. So that particular element, it's going to be stored the tag name, so that information it's going to be append after this name. So this is for that first name, latitude and longitude. So once you will do this one, so next you will display that one into that text box. So display text view dot set text string builder dot to string. So again you have to convert it into string. So how we are going to convert it into string? So this is setting those text, that setting those text to the string. So to set those two into string, so you are using that toString, that string builder dot toString. So this one will give you that error. So that's why it's keeping into that try and catch block. So you can see that try and catch block, you are keeping this part. So if any kind of error is there, so at that time it's going to throw to this particular catch block. If any kind of error is there, so at that time it will toast you that make text, that error parsing XML. So right now, for example, let me define it YY. So once you are going to define it YY, let's, so you can see that parsing error. So why this parsing error? So as that humidity YY, so the tag name it's not matching. So if it is not matching, that exceptions will be there, and it's going to be handled by using this particular catch block. So it's going to show you that exception. So what you have to remember in this one, so string builder, why it's using to append a particular one string with that another string, you are going to use this string builder class. So next, this one is fine, already you studied in Java. So string builder, so you should keep in mind this 4 line. One is that input stream. So that input stream from which file you will get. It's going to open by using this input stream class. Next one is the document builder factory. So this class you have to create that object document builder factory, which one will create that new document builder. So here you can see that two class it's using. One is for the document builder factory, another one is the document builder. So in this document builder factory, you are creating that new instance. So here you can see that defines a factory API that enables application to obtain a parts that produces that DOM object trees from XML document. So it's going to access those particular API. So as told that in API documentation, those JSON file or XML file you can use, because a particular document it can be maintained in such a way so that to get that information will be easy, because for each field you can define by user defined name. So it's not that system, for example, it should be any specific name only. Person can define their own tags, they can define it, and those things we can access through a particular specific API. So this is an document builder. It's an factory API. So by which you are going to accessing that XML file to retrieve those information like what is that place name, what will be that longitude, latitudes, or any other fields if you want to define for any student. For example, a particular student also you can define name, USN, branch, semester. So those information or tag name you can define. So by using this document builder factory, you can get the instance of those particular defined attributes. And same again here, it's using the document builder. So this one is the define that API to obtain DOM document instance from an XML document. So using this class, an application programmer can obtain a document from XML. So this particular class, it's using to access the document from that particular XML, to access the document from that XML. And again, you can see that this document, so this document interface represent the entire HTML or XML document. Conceptually, it is the root of the document tree and provides the primary access to the documents data. So by using this you can access those particular information, so that parse tree, so whatever that informations will be there on that XML file, that how it's going to be looks like, so those information you can get it. So it's an interface, and by using this one you can get those particular information. As we have seen that this document builder class, it helps to access the XML information. By using the document builder dot parts, you can parse that information from where, from that input stream. So you should remember this 4 line. So if you'll remember this 4 line, rest of the other things it's known to you. So this string builder already you know that you are appending anything, and after that same thing here, one for loop it's going to be used, and another part, that node list interface, it's going to be used, that where you will keep that how many numbers of information is there, that means index wise it will give you that information. You are keeping that node list, and you will get this by get element by tag name. So you are using that document, how you will read it, so you will read it by using this get elements by tag name. So which going to be returned this elements, whatever that elements will be there. Just now we have seen that there are different types of elements is there. So in those element, using this particular element node, it's using this particular element node, it's going to be used for this purpose. So now next you are keeping those element in this particular element, you are creating an object of element class, and whatever the item will be accessed by using this node, you will keep that node into this element, and you are typecasting into that element class. So next, if you have to access those information, what you have to do, that you have to use this string builder class, and by using that string builder class from starting you can append. So you can see that name. So after that you are appending that particular tag. Next line you will write down that latitude. Next you are going to retrieve it by using that lat tag. So like this you can access those information. So this is that how you are retrieving those information. So let me give you this information so that you can check that how it's working. So first you execute this part. These are document builder dot parts, that string builder, string and new string builder. String builder. So this is for first XML. So next, what you call that? JSON also, it's almost same. So first do this part and see that how it's working. So first write down this set on click. So that part on that button dot set on click listener, you will create that new on click listener and you will write down that click function on click function. What you will write down? You will read that input stream. So once you are going to read that input stream, you are keep using this document builder factory class. So in this one, you are keeping that XML information what you will write by using that document interface and will parse that input stream. Have done this much? You have done this much? So these are that four new lines. So this is important. So you have to remember this four new line, that how you are going to accessing the information from the .xml file. So one is that input stream, one is the document builder factory. So which will give the access to whom? It will give the access to the document object tree of that XML file, and after that you are using that document builder class, and next using that document interface to parse those elements. So whatever that elements, you will get it by using that document builder class. Done this much? And those tag names should be that same, whatever the tag name or element name you define. So the element name, if you define, for example, this name element, so it should be name only. It is case sensitive, so you have to write it that same way. This tag name, you have to write it in same way. These things you can write anything. So those element, whatever that element you are defining, so those name has to write properly, the tag name. So you will retrieve that information, or you will after retrieving, you will append it by using this append get value, that name for name, and latitude, longitude, and temperature and humidity. So in this one, four class you have to remember. So if you have to write, so one is that input stream, document builder factory class, and document builder, and interface name is document. So which is going to be used to access the information from that XML file. As well, we'll see that in JSON also same way we are going to write it, and to access those information we'll see after finishing this part. So I have done this much. You have done it or not? Hello. You have done it or not?
Yes, sir.
So is it working? Is it working or not, so that I can go to that next one? So this page you have to design. If you'll click on XML, so it's going to append those XML data. So three classes important. One is that input stream, which will give you the access to that XML file, and two classes and one interface you are going to use. One is the document builder factory. So the document builder factory will give you the access to that DOM object of that XML file, and document builder, by using this document builder, you will retrieve or you will go to that particular DOM object. So same things you have seen that how it's going to be work. So it will same way that API, whatever the different APIs will be there. So all those things it's going to be accessed by using this document builders class object created as document builder. So now next is that part the JSON button. So this one, in this one also the same set on click listener you are creating, and after that you can see that in on click listener what you are creating. So one simple string JSON string. So you have seen that how the JSON file has been written into the third bracket. So there will be those many indexes will be there. So for example, right now, so you can see that first, so you can create that index 1 2 3 4 5. So like this you can create those index. So by using that JSON array can be used. So now here you can see that string builder of this one, again you are creating one object, creating that new string builder object you are creating. Now in this one, same, accessing that input stream by using that input stream class. Next, int size equal to what is that is available. So right now by using this is available, you can see that it's going to return that 0. So whether it's available or not. So now for example, in this example, that what will be that size. So right now, is there two numbers of attributes is there, or two numbers of elements, or three numbers of elements? How many numbers of element is there? So we'll get by using this function is dot available. So that size we will keep that value into this size, which one will be used to create the array. So you are creating that array. Name of this array you are defining buffer, that by that byte, the type is byte, and name of that array defining as buffer equal to new byte, and what will be that size, we'll get it from this particular value. So from by using that is dot available, it will provide you that what will be that size of that array. So and the type, remember here defining the type as that byte, and name of that array is defined as buffer. So after that it's going to read is dot read that particular buffer. So right now in that buffer you stored, so as it's an array element, 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index, so how many numbers of informations will be there? So those things will be stored as an array element like 0 1 2 3, and you are reading by using this function. So is read is dot read buffer, that buffer element it's going to read. And next you are creating one object of this particular JSON. So name of that object has been given as JSON, and the type already it's defined. What is the type? That string. So the JSON equal to new string. So or same line you can define of that string class you are creating that object by using what constructor? This particular string constructor, in which you are sending two things. One is that buffer, whatever you are going to read, and standard character set UTF-8. So this is that in which way or how it's going to read that particular information. So this is that character. So here you can see that string, that in this one we can send that byte we are sending. So that's why we created that array of byte and character set, that which type of character set we are sending. That one is that standard character sets. So this is that standard character set dot UTF underscore 8. So this is that character set type, and this one is that what you are going to read, or from where you are going to read those information. And next, using that JSON array, so this is also an class. So in this particular class you can see that list of objects, that what are the different values will be there. Now in this constructor you are initializing those values into, how it's going to initializing, by using that array list object. So same thing here itself. So by using array list object, you are going to add those information. So that's why it's written JSON array of this class. You are creating object equal to new JSON array of whose for of this particular JSON. So in this one, you are defining those values from that JSON file. So you kept it into this buffer, and this is that what that string, that whatever that informations or bytes, character bytes, so that one you are going to read. So you can see that byte buffer. So this one is the new byte size. So it's going to get those information, and character type is that standard character set. It has been used. Now you created one JSON array where you are going to put this particular object of that string class. And once you will do it, so now you have those element in this JSON array so that you can read it easily. So first 0, next 1, 2, 3, so like that you can read it. So here you can see that first it's appending same way like previously how it's going to append. So this is for JSON data, next giving some dot dot line, and after that it's going to print those elements, so depending on that size of that array. So how to find out that size of that array? So how many elements is there into that JSON array? Dot length I plus plus. And now previously you treated those thing as an what element. So right now you are treating those JSON object as an JSON object class. From this JSON object class you are creating that JSON object and keeping those things by using this function, the JSON array dot get JSON object. So this one is that function it's using to keep those elements. So first element, after that it's going to keep second, third, and fourth. And how you are going to print it? You are going to print it by using this string builder class, by using that append function and get string method. So by using these two, you are going to access those information. So here you can see that string builder dot append, that name dot append, what it's going to append, the JSON object dot get string. So first is for name. So name, you will keep that name. Next is for latitude, next one is for longitude. So whatever that name will define. So in this one we'll not call those thing as a tag, so you are defining those thing as name. So now if you will go, so here whatever that name will be there, so those information it's going to be print on that text box. So if you'll go, for example, yeah, so in this one you can see that the JSON object dot get string from this one. So first important is that how you are going to keep all the values in this JSON object. So for first one, you can see that JSON object dot get string. So it's going to give you keep all those things. So there are five element is there. So those five elements itself has been kept into this JSON object. In first case is going to be retrieved by this name. Second one is by latitude. Third one is for longitude. Next temperature. Next one is that humidity, and as well as next you have to print it into that what you call that display text box. So the display text box defined previously itself display text box dot set text, and how you are going to set those text to string, and we are closing that particular input stream. So once you are opening, and after that you have to close that particular input stream. So you are closing that input stream. If this is not going to execute showing some error, we'll throw that one into that catch block. Here you can see that another types of exceptions. You can see that input output exception. Apart from this JSON exception also, if it is there, it will print you that where is that particular error, or there is some error while handling this file. So this is for your JSON file, what code you have to write down. So the changes, you can say that only 2 lines or 2 3 lines will be changed from that previous code. In previous code, we use the string builder document and string builder and document interface. In this one, you are using the JSON array class. Of this JSON array class, you are creating that object and keeping those information whatever will stored into this particular string object. So that string object you are creating as JSON, where what you are doing in string constructor, you are writing those two instance variable. One is for that buffer. So in buffer, what will be there in buffer, that you are defining the size. So already you have seen that in this constructor, the definition, two elements will be there. One will be of that bytes, and another one will be of that character set. So these two informations you have to keep, and you can read that particular information into this object. And next, this object you are going to keep it into this JSON array object, and after that you are going to retrieve it by using this for loop. So first JSON object will be in JSON array dot get JSON object I. So you have to remember this method also, that how you are going to read those information and going to keep it into that JSON object. And next you are going to append those information as usual by using the string builder class. So first one you got, anyone has got that output for that first part? Anyone has got the output for first part? Anyone has got the output for first part? Anyone got output for that first part?
Doing so.
So after that, you implement this function that get value to get the values of that particular elements by tag name. So first tag name and item. So the Vivek meeting is over or what? Still going on? Still going on. So let me know that once you are getting something or if any kind of error is
So once can you show the XML code?
Is that fine? This part only, na? Hello.
Sir, activity main dot XML code, sir.
So in this activity main XML, so this one it has been created one linear layout, okay, and inside this display text view and parser two button has been created. So if you'll go to that code part, so you can see that one text view, one button, and this one is that another button. Two button has been created inside this linear layout. So if you want relative layout also it's fine. So any kind of layouts you can create it or constraint layout. So only one text view and two buttons. So this JSON and XML, it will be useful. So you may have that question that where it may be useful. So if you have to access any kind of URL or any kind of website where some kind of information is there, so we can't access all the information from that URL, because URL what it will give you one way to access any kind of website from its HTML view, as we can see the source code, view source code. But that source code, it may change for any kind of dynamic web pages. Always they will keep some kind of updation and other part. So at that time, it will be very much difficult to access information with the help of any kind of URL. So for that reasons, what it can be done, if there isn't any kind of metadata or any kind of others informations will be there. So those information, it will be stored into in any XML file or in any JSON file, it can be stored. So what can be done in, as you have seen that we can define or any kind of JSON or XML file, there will be some elements will be there like the document object tree. So in from this one, you are defining your own tags. So while designing any kind of web page also, there will be some kind of tags will be there. So those tags, it will be according to that user convenient. It's not like that list li a anchor tag or whatever that defined tag is there. It's not like that. Depending on that application, they will create their own tags. So those field name, if we can get it, so easily we can retrieve the information from that website by using this XML or by using this JSON file. So for this purpose only it will be useful. So in this program main objective is that how we can access information from JSON or XML, but in real time while implementing, so at that time we have to go to that particular website and we have to find out that JSON or XML file automatically, and on that file what kind of inputs will be there. So here we wrote those particular tag as fixed tag. It may not be fixed. If something is going to be changed in future, so it may not work. So for that reasons, we have to automatically fetch those information. So this is the basic way how we are going to retrieve any kind of static information from an .json or .xml file. Any one of you got it?
Yes, sir.
So any one of you got it? So next we can move to some. Everybody got it or not? Something else we can show. What's the time? 3:40. Did you try that? What you call that chat application? Have you done up to this sign up and sign in page? No. When your college is going to start next week?
Don't know, sir.
Offline class next week it's starting. No. Huh? Madam was telling. Hmm. So is there anyone got any error or anything? So in this program, you have to remember these 4 lines. So if you can understand this 4 line, so this XML part is done. So you should understand this 4 line. So is there, and in this one you have to just to know that how to create that array of an JSON array class. So of that JSON array class object you are creating, in which you are keeping that array elements, which one is nothing but that string type object, and by using this string constructor where you are sending 2 things, one is that buffer, another one is that character set type. So that character set type is that UTF-8, and buffer is nothing but what should be that size of that particular JSON file. You will get it by using that is available and creating that array element for that size. So that whatever that buffer size will be there, so that one you are reading by using this read function. You will keep it into this, you will read this particular buffer and you will keep it into this string constructor and type of that character set, and after that you are creating that object of JSON array class. So you can see that this one is the JSON array class, so it will give you that list object. So it's implementing that list objects values. So 0, 1, 2, 3 in list type. It will give you that array list. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this first one will be for which, for example, right now if you'll go in this one, so 0, 1, 2, 3, so like this it will give you that particular attribute, and this one will be there into where in buffer size you are defining and reading that particular buffer. And next you have to implement that get value. Yes, so that get value, so this is that parent is which one? Parent is tag. After that, tag 0 of this one, child notes item index 0, that get value. So first 0, item 0, that value will get. Next item 1, that value you will get. So 1, 2, 3, so like that. According to that index number, you will get the values by using that element dot get element by name. First one is for by name, next one is that get child nodes. So this is for second level, first parent. That means if you'll create the table, two elements will be there. One will be tag name, another one will be that value. So first one is the tag name is nothing but item 0, index 0. So this is for first one. And for second, by using this get child node. So that get child node, by using this one, you will extra another things you have to get. That one is that what is that value of that nodes. Get node value. Got it or not? Others, did you got that output? All of you got the output? Are you doing or not? Anup, Anup, are you there? So suddenly, how come Anup is there? Chandana, did you got it? Got the output? Are you doing? Parvati? Jyotsna?
Yes, sir.
Shreya? Nancy?
Yes, sir, I'm doing. I'm getting few errors, sir. I'm trying to remove that.
Okay. Yash?
So, yes, sir.
Sharanya?
Yes, sir.
Deepti? Namrata? Tejashwini? So let me mark attendance today. Where that attendance in Savi website only, na? Swas or something. So USN number 17, absent. Marks present, absent. USN number 2, USN number 2,
So
USN,
one present, sir.
huh?
One present, sir.
One till now I didn't call. Nope.
Deep technology.
Okay, 17, na? 17 I07. Anup, absent. Arati, USN number 3, Sai Pranati, Chandana, Chandana T, USN number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Present, sir. 10 present.
11, 12, 13.
Present, sir.
Hey, suddenly from where you are coming? You was there?
Sir, in between Alexa.
Okay. 14, 15, 16, 7,
Present, sir. 16 present, sir.
16 present, 17,
17 also present, sir.
18, 19, 20, 22, 21,
Present, sir.
21 present.
22 present, sir.
22 present, 21
Present, sir.
present, yes. Now Pooja, 23,
Present, sir.
24, 24 absent, 26 absent, 27 Rajesh, Rakshit, Revati, Rohit, Harsha, Sahana, Sahana S, Sahana SM, Sai Chandana L, Saket, Sharanya, Sharanya GS,
Present, sir.
Sharanya TS, Shobha Shetty, Smita, Sneha, Saundarya, Shrima, Tejas,
Sir,
Tejas.
Shrima present.
Today attendance will go to principal, okay? Today
Tejaswini present, sir.
Tejas will be present. Today attendance directly will go to principal, okay? If principal will call you, don't blame me. So Aditya, absent. Vadiraj, Raja, absent. Vandana, absent. Vijay, Vinota, This Shreya, she was there or not? How many is that? They are not listening or what? I think so. Okay. So 15 absent, 15 is present. Is it correct count? 12. Another 3 who didn't give the attendance? 15 is it's showing 15 here. Let me check. Oh, including me, it's 15. I think it's showing, or 14 maybe. So anyone left out? No. So control P, print, save as PDF, save, download, attendance. What's the date today? 7.
7.
Today college started now, so principal told give the attendance sheet every day. Fine. So have you got the output? At least few of you. What's the error is coming? Let me know within 1 or 2 minutes.
In line number 900 or 98, sir, for is dot close, sir. For is it is showing in red.
100 and
No, sir, 98 according to you is dot close.
okay, so 98.
Is
So
this
this line
coming
is
in
showing
red, sir?
error. This line is
Uh,
showing error.
yes, sir.
Is it is coming like that?
One
I don't
second,
know
sir.
what variable name you gave.
Is
Here
only
it's
have given, sir.
is
It is
the
not
very
coming like that. The rest are coming. The first is not coming. Like variable is not coming, sir.
okay. So here input stream, you see that is wherever it is there. Okay. So here you wrote it is or something else.
Input stream is only have written, sir.
Here you wrote it as
Is only, sir.
is only. Here also, here it's coming automatically. If you'll write is dot, is it coming like this? Here it is coming.
Yes, sir. There and all, there's no error. Only down for is dot close it is showing error. At top for is it is showing variable, but only for bottom one it is showing error, sir.
Then is it reaching that scope, that local variable or number of bracket you check? So this is for loop. Okay. And this is inside that set on click listener. There are two is there. Okay. Here also it has defined as is. This one is up to bracket is closing here. Is it coming like this?
1 second, sir. Percent. Yes, sir.
Fine. So this is for set on click listener. We are writing anonymous class. Now this is for JSON button. So it should also come like this. Fine. Coming like this.
Yes, sir. For me, actually, in the starting, for is it was not showing, so I had to add two catch blocks, sir, before the display statement.
Before display.
Like where we removed is dot close, just above that we have display text view. So above that I had to add two catch blocks.
Okay. So add this catch block. This is the try, and after that catch block. So this one is that catch block, and this one is that end of this on click, and this one is end of set on click listener bracket anonymous class, and in this one you are defining that function you wrote that you are sending as an argument into this set on click listener. I think that it's if it is not coming like this also, so this is for some issue with that local variable will bracket. So for that it's not coming. Now also not solved.
No, so you can just show from the starting. I'll check each line. So that, yes, sir. I'll just check all the lines. Mm. Main activity.
So tomorrow onwards, you inform attend everyone to attend class because principal he may visit anytime. Okay. After that, you don't tell that I didn't inform, as you people are not attending. You inform your other friends. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anytime there will be surprise visit by principal, so you just inform that everyone to attend morning class itself.
Can you scroll a little down?
So this is on create. This bracket is starting. In this one, you will write down 3 variable and starting of this set on click listener, which is going to be and in this part. So here it's going to end. If you'll click on this, you can see, if you'll click on this, you can see it and semicolon. So this is whole one. So you can see that is it matching or not this line.
It's matching, sir. Till here, it's matching.
Yeah. So now next it's starting this one. So this one also has to be this line. You look into this line so that you can find it out where the error is. So for loop where it's ending. Try before catch. Again another bracket from where it's coming for catch that one. Try catch, it's ending there. So that assignment in FS given only Shreya, she did only. Okay, no, others also I told not to do it. For yourself only 10 marks you will get it. So during that questions will come, you have to submit it. If not submitting also, you should do it by yourself. So that during exam you can write easily. You can communicate, if not understood, you can communicate with your friend Shreya. So she has done nicely, she has said it also. Okay, so just ask her if not done or if any problem. Or you can ask me also. You do that problem, 10 marks problems will come during exam. You got it?
Yes, sir. The error has gone. I'm just waiting for it to
Okay.
run.
So now they will close, I will move. Okay, so they are closing. So I will communicate you. If you have that any problem, you can let me know. In next lab, we'll check
Okay,
it.
sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. So I will discontinue here only. So next lab we'll see next thing. In the meantime, sign up and log in. That one you see. Otherwise, you can't do it. It's of no use if, until and unless that much you finish.